I think this was a week of not necessarily make or breaks, but prove yourself, show who you really are for a few teams. A few that stick out to me, Illinois. I am so surprised, man. I really didn't get the Bielema hate. I didn't get why people weren't paying attention to Illinois in the offseason, given the season that they had last year, the guys that they had going to the draft, the defensive linemen that they had coming back. And I was like, they're not really giving them any love at all. And I didn't understand it, but man, it is that looks terrible. 2-4?
Yeah.
2-4? You ended your out of conference schedule with a losing record? Dog, come on, Bielema. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
Meyer's not really getting it done all like that.
Oh, my God. It is looking terrible out there. Who did they lose to?
Nebraska. 20-7.
Fuck.
Nebraska without homeboy who was fumbling all over the place. They've switched quarterbacks over to Heinrich Harburg.
Oh, man.
Heinrich Harburg is a crazy name.
Yeah, he played last week.
Yeah, he did.
He was tapping that ass.
Yikes.
But yeah, man, infinitely disappointed in Illinois. Also, Maryland, right?
Guess we're getting into that now.
Well, I'm not. We don't have to break down the game. We're gonna have We'll talk about the Maryland aspect of it, and then you can give your OSU highlights in the next one. But from their perspective, right? Like we keep saying this every year. Okay, we know you're good. We know you're talented. We know you have offensive firepower. When are you going to beat one of the big three? When are you going to beat Penn State, Michigan, or Ohio State, right? Sure. When are you going to do it? And so they focus on these games. We know that they do. They really get up for them every single year. How does your senior quarterback come into this game and have two of the worst interceptions that he's thrown all year?
Including
not only that, but then on top of that, at the end of the half, doesn't have the clock awareness to either throw the ball away or throw it in the end zone, and thinks he has enough time with 9 seconds to throw the ball and spike it. Like these are mistakes that signal that there's some instability, at least either at that position or institutionally, because it's the same mistakes year over, year in, year out. It's the same stuff for Maryland. We can beat these little teams. And even this year, right? They came into the game 5-0, but a couple of them games they were down 14-0 before they could even look up this year. And they weren't very competitive teams that was doing it to them. They were down 14-0 to Charleston.
Yeah.
Okay? So it is not like, oh, well, they faced a better team and that's just what happened. No. Maryland has been making these type of mistakes all year, and they had an opportunity to do something with this that they just shit down their leg, and they keep doing it. And I feel bad for Loxley because I expect him at some point to steal one of these wins. He still has a couple at least one more opportunity. It ain't no way in fucking hell. But
you don't think homeboy is gonna try to play up for you guys? Well, not play up, but he's gonna try to coach up for you guys. Gaddis?
He didn't have a chance in hell. Gaddis
is gonna get in there and
a pissy snowball in
try
hell.
To motivate the hell out of that offense.
A pissy snowball in hell would have a better chance in the game with us than Josh Gaddis.
Plus, y'all got them sandwiched in between Penn State and Ohio State.
They have a good shot at beating Penn State because Penn State is vulnerable, I believe. But we'll save that for another day. Sure. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in Illinois. Very disappointed in Maryland because, they were playing. They had the game plan, right? You were stopping them on short yardage. You were able to run the ball going straight forward when you weren't able to do it all year. I'm just saying they had all the makings of an upset, and you pissed down your leg.
Yeah,
you pissed down your leg. So those were my standouts from this weekend. I still look out of the West, right? And I'm looking at Wisconsin and Iowa, I believe, are sitting at the top. Yeah, man. It's just, I guess Wisconsin can kind of work themselves into a formidable opponent by the end of the year. They still have Braylon Allen. They play okay defense. I just don't know if there's anything on that side of the bracket that will be able to contend. Wisconsin already has a loss, so they like have to get to the championship game and probably win it to be looking at any type of playoff consideration.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just long shot for anybody over there. It seems like.
I'll tell you a team that I'm also disappointed in is the Boilermakers.
Purdue, yeah.
Yeah, 2-4. I think they're 1-2 in conference right now. I thought Hudson Card might be, a decent quarterback pickup for them, even though obviously they lost Jeff Brom as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Hudson Card and Dylan Maccabee might be a dynamic duo out in Purdue, especially since the Big Ten West, at least for the time being,
just vulnerable, man.
With Matt Rule being a new coach, with Luke Fickell being a new coach, with Iowa, at least at this point, not seeming like the Iowa we thought we were going to get. Purdue seemed like they'd be a team that'd be ready for the taking, and they're
does Northwestern not have 3 wins right now? Are you telling me Northwestern is outpacing Illinois?
Northwestern is 3-3 right now.
Illinois and Purdue?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, come on.
Yep.
They had a damn dick swinging scandal, and their coach is suing them for $150 million, and they have 3 wins.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing for Fleck. Row your boat, right? Row that bitch right off a waterfall, apparently.
Sure.
Because that just didn't feel very competitive, man. There were certain spots where, like, they were kind of hanging around, or maybe they made some plays to kind of make it look respectable. But, like, you look at the box score, man. I won't get into particulars again. We got Michigan coming up. But it was just a very dominating figure. It didn't feel like there was anybody on the other side.
And then the gawk that he gave Michigan at the end of the game was...
Oh, I didn't hear the post-game interview.
Michigan seems like the best team we'll ever play. And it's like, well, obviously. What kind of statement is that? Like, I'm not mad at him for saying it because obviously Michigan is one of the best teams in the Big Ten. But I don't need you to say it when it's very apparent by the way they won.
He just got skull drugged in the second half. There's not much else you can say.
It almost came off as an excuse rather than...
Oh, they're too good? Like, oh, no, that team out there, they're on another level. Okay, and kick your ass down to FCS then, I guess.
Just seemed a little weird, I guess. Like, I'm not mad at you glazing Michigan, but it is what it is.
Interesting side note. I don't know if anybody's interested, but I'll throw it out there. The NCAA kind of raised the requirements to go from SCS to FBS. A lot of people are under the assumption that it's in unison with the playoff expansion. So essentially making it less attractive or harder to become a FBS school and be a part of that, be a part of the big dance, which is I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of. The entrance fee to become an FBS school used to be $5,000. It's $5 million now.
Jesus.
It's something million. It's either $1 million or $5 million.
Oh God.
Yeah, crazy, right? And then I think it is $5 million. It used to be $5,000. It's $5 million now. And then they have certain attendance standards. They have there's like a bunch of requirements that kind of got boosted up to become an FBS school now. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this comes at the time that they're expanding the playoff.
Yeah.
Why would you expand the playoff but then limit the amount of people that are actually able to make it? Well, the only thing whether that makes sense is if you're trying to maximize profit by not letting a fucking a Middle Tennessee State make the damn dance. They're FBS though, aren't they?
Middle Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
So then an Appalachian State making the big dance, you don't want that because there's no money in it for them to play.
That's
which
crazy.
Is the kind of nastiness that's going on right now.
Actually, I think I got it pulled up here. Move. I want to subscribe. Yep, 5,000 to 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because it just seems like okay. I think I would watch the playoffs if they had a Cinderella team. Just kind of.
I mean, isn't that the point of expanding it to 12? Do you honestly believe that there are 12 teams that could win a national championship every year? You'd have to be a football normie to believe that. So
facts.
Why not let a Cinderella in?